I'm Cassandra.
Hi, I'm Heidi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Okay, Heidi, so we're going to have about 5 minutes to talk today. This is a very safe and confidential area, so you're more than welcome to talk about whatever you would like to. Just whatever's on your mind, just feel free to talk about. Does that sound okay with you?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Awesome. Okay, so what brings you in to talk today?
Well, I'd really like to talk to someone because I feel that I'm at a standpoint right now. I would really like to go home on my reading week, which is next week, but I'm supposed to be working at the beginning of the week on the Saturday, but that is the only day I was able to get a flight out. So I've sent around an email to all of my coworkers asking if someone could possibly help me out. However, no one's responded, and I'm just getting worried that I've booked this flight and I'm not going to be able to go home because I have the obligation to work.
Right, so it sounds like you're feeling extremely frustrated because you want to go home really bad, but no one is able to take the shift that you work when you had to fly out. Is that correct?
Yeah, that sounds pretty bang on. And I just feel like I have taken so many shifts for other people and I've accommodated my agenda to help support them because things do pop up on outside life, and that sometimes you do need a shift covered without booking it off. So I always try to help people out and pick up shifts, and now that I need someone to take my shift and to help me out, I feel like nobody's stepping up to the plate.
So it sounds like your family means a lot to you because you are doing a lot to try and get home to see them, but your frustration level continues to just increase and get heightened as you've done so much for your coworkers and they're not responding back to your email for getting a shift switch. Is that true?
Yeah, that sounds right, because, I sent the email last night, and my reading week is coming up next week, so I'm starting to panic that there's not going to be enough time or it's already Monday, and I need it covered for Saturday, so I'm really worried that nobody's going to pull through, and then I don't know what to do because I don't know if I can just not go to work or if I should not go home.
So you only did send the email last night, which means you haven't given your coworkers very much time to respond to your email and check their agenda and see if it works for their life, right?
Yeah, that's fair. I guess I never really thought of it that way. And I did send it pretty late, so, and again, not everyone checks their emails right away, so I guess I should give it a little bit more time. I'm feeling like I'm starting to panic. But I almost feel like my coworkers kind of owe me this, so it's pretty upsetting that no one is helping me out, especially the ones that I have gone above and beyond to accommodate my schedule to help give them their days off that they wanted.
So in saying all of that, then, what is your ideal outcome? What would you like to see happen from this situation?
Ultimately, I would like to see someone just step up and say, I'll take it, so that I can go home, and that would just, cut my stress apart. But also, if someone even wanted to switch shifts so that I work during the week and then they take my weekend shift, I'd be more than willing to do that. But ultimately, I just want to go home.
So I definitely understand what you're saying. I have been in this kind of same situation myself. You're 100% right. When obligations do come up and you hadn't had the opportunity to book them off of work, something that I found really helped me was I just talked to my boss and explained the situation, and then my boss was able to kind of give me other alternatives, things I hadn't thought of yet, which could help me out in my situation. So maybe that would be a good idea for you as well. So go talk to your boss firsthand and explain that you really want to go home. It's been a long time, and see if she has any options for you as far as people you could talk to, maybe a relief worker who could take your shift, or just any other ideas that she has. What do you think of that idea?
That's actually a really good idea. I haven't thought about talking to my boss. I kind of just assumed it was my responsibility to find someone to cover it, but I guess it would be extremely helpful to go to my boss so that they can sympathize and hear why I'm wanting the shift off, and then they can possibly help me find someone else, or even say, like, that's fine, you don't need to come in. So I think I'm going to do that. Go talk to my boss.
Awesome, yeah, for sure. Do you have any kind of other ideas that you could do, the things that you could try in order to resolve this situation?
I guess after I talk to my boss, I can also text some people that I have their numbers and specifically ask them, because like I said, not everyone does check their email. So texting them would give them like an immediate notification. And then if that fails, I guess I could always just return to my boss and explain that I have emailed and I have texted and asked. I could also go to work and ask in person. So, and then maybe once my boss sees all that, they'll be able to maybe be a little bit more lenient on me and just say, you don't need to come in.
So you have a lot of great options that you could do in order to resolve this situation. You have already sent out the email, so continuing on from that step for this week, you can go and talk to your boss, and then you can also text and call your coworkers so that you can give them that immediate notification. Does that sound like a good thing to do for this week?
Yeah, I think it would be pretty beneficial for me to go and do all that before my time runs out and I get kicked in the butt.
Perfect, yeah, for sure. Okay, so yeah, this week we'll go talk to your boss, and then definitely email your coworkers as well. And then for next week we'll see if that plan worked out. Does that sound good?
That sounds really good. Thank you.
You're very welcome. I hope you have an awesome week, and good luck with talking to your boss.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
You're very welcome. Have a good day.
You too.